welcome back to Coffee Infused Crypto. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Today we're gonna discuss why are we most likely to or have a higher probability to go up in the crypto market rather than down. Of course, we're gonna address technical analysis, and please note that technical analysis comes second behind news or black swan events, So if tomorrow planet Jupiter crashes into Mars and half of planet Mars did fly down to Earth and smashes half of our planet, then definitely all the technical analysis we're doing will mean nothing, and most probably we would be crashing in the markets. But from a technical analysis perspective, we have a higher probability, and I'm gonna show you how exactly. So grab your cups of coffee, let's deep dive into the total market cap and the total too, and we're gonna go into them, but I'm gonna remind you of a video that we've posted a while back. It's called "The Time to Act Is Now," and I'm gonna link it in the top right description, or in the top right corner, and in the description as well. Go back and check it. For me, starting today or starting the beginning of this year, any retracement in the alt season or alt market is to be bought. Of course, we're talking about blue chips, so you have to do your own research of projects that have value and meaning. But any retracement in the alt market should be bought and stacked, because this is the accumulation phase. All right. Any retracement in Bitcoin should be stacked and bought, and this is the time when we say you need to buy the dip. And why is that? So here we have the total crypto market cap. So this is the total market cap of the cryptocurrencies, everything including Bitcoin, everything you see here. So is all crypto. So currently in the total market cap, this is our level. Okay, so if we notice, or if we just look, today we currently are sitting at around 1.15 trillion. And by just looking at this, and this is the monthly, so by just looking at this, we notice that we already had an all-time high here of 3.027 trillion, and we have been declining in total market cap, and we have this beautiful trend line, the green one, acting as a support as long as as far as we descended deep into the bear market. All right, so recently, like 2 months ago, we broke this trend line to the upside. This is our recent swing high, represented by the red line here. And ever since we broke this one, we are retesting this swing high at this area, right? So this is a breakout through a multi-months trend line, okay, and we've had a breakout. So if you go back in history, and by just comparing as a first impression, you notice we had this breakout at around this area, right? So this was as well a multi-month trend to the downside, and in 2018 to 2019 area, and this breakout to the upside ended or resulted in, let's measure the move here, resulted in a 205% move after the breakout. All right, and then we had another trend line, again another multi-month trend line, and that breakout resulted in 1000% move to the upside. So we had a 200% move to the upside, 1000% move to the upside, and currently after this breakout we've only had, how much was our move in total? A 22% at the top or the wick of this month, a 22% move. So in comparison to previous moves, this multi-month trend line break is not over yet. So we can agree on that. So at least 200 here in history, the most we had 1000. So we're looking at anything between at least 100% move to the upside, just to be satisfied with a move of this sort or this magnitude. Second thing to notice is if we flipped our, let's go first into the MACD. So if we notice our MACD on the monthly There you go. So this is the MACD on the monthly. It's just flipping, if you notice around this area, just having this curve and flipping bullish. Okay, so that this is very good. And we have the moving averages here coming closer together and trying or starting or early stages of forming the cross, a bullish cross followed by a green move to the upside. So this is on the monthly. It's being prepared beautifully. If you can see, it's being prepped. So a couple of months and we're on our way. So we are early. The other move we have is the momentum, which with the stochastic RSI just, flipped around this area and is still below 50 here. And as we know, usually we cross 50, we go to over both territories, and then we come back, retest 50. So we still have a lot of room to move on the stochastic as well. And to have a look at the RSI, if we notice, we just had a rejection off of the 50. So this is the signal that we are waiting for to cross 50, because if you notice here, this is a key point. The 50 is a key point, to launch from into a higher target or start our run to the upside. So it's accompanied, so all the statistics or all the momentum oscillators here are signaling a trend. Okay, and that trend is, yeah, you got it right, a trend to the upside. This breakout is massive, so it's gonna result into a decent push to the upside, and this is the total market cap. So if this increases, Bitcoin and altcoins increase, so in value, depending on each project, but definitely they will surge in prices. So what is happening on the shorter time frames for the total market cap? So by shorter time frame, I mean the weekly. So we're not gonna look anything less than the weekly. So let me first remove this and take the oscillators out and let us look. So this is the current weekly move, and as you notice, and as we said before, this swing high here, we got, we closed 1 week above it and then rejected the other week. So we still didn't confirm a proper breakout of this swing high, which for me is the, this with this accumulation around this area. And you've seen this is around those wicks as well. It's coinciding with those, and as well this wick from this area. So this level again is very, very important for the total market cap, not just for the Bitcoin. And this is slightly resembling the Bitcoin chart, because Bitcoin is 50% of the market. So slightly resembling. So we are stuck at the same last monster or last level. So what I'm expecting is to break this, which within a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't really care. All I care for is the trend is up. On the other note, trend is up. We are at a resistance. So we are just attempting to break it. And this is for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks now. We are attempting this resistance. So another thing to notice, and as we discussed earlier, from our initial move, all right, so this is the initial move here, and to the top move or the peak of the move, if we go with the Fibonacci tool and we expand a bit and let us look what happened. Let me just calibrate this magnet so that we can get exact move. Okay, so here we are. Let's remove magnet, get the brush. So ever since, and we discussed this earlier, whenever we finish the first attempt or first impulsive move to the upside, we tend to go back and retest either 0.5, starting 0.5 to 0.65, the golden zone, remember? So on the weekly crypto total market cap, that's exactly what we did. We finished the impulsive initial first move, came back, retest 50, okay, the 0.5 Fibonacci. So we had a 50% move to the downside, or on the shorter scale, of course, not the total. But this move here, starting from the very bottom, we had this impulsive move, came back up, and now retesting the 0.5, which we pushed. And again, we are stumbled upon this the 0.236 Fibonacci, aligning by the previous high or swing high from this area, and that is at 1.185 trillion. So we are very close to just taking out that, because history tells us ever since we break out, a 22% break out of this multi-month is not sufficient. Okay, and to understand exactly the time frames or timestamps, and if you want to compare history, let's go back to the months as well, and just measure this one little thing so that we can be on the same page, and just like, you know, if you have similar percentages of time, or similar value of time, then you'd say, yeah, I'm in the same time frame. So it's not like we are overdue or late or early. So let's see here. Here we stayed below this trend line for 424 days until we broke, right? And currently we are from the desktop to breaking point, or we broke, actually we wicked here and broke later. So 457 days, 424, 457. Even if we spent one more month, that would be 485. So we are still in this, we did spend almost a very close number of days below this. And on the second occasion here, we had this move here till we broke out. That was a 366 days. So as you can see, we spend our due. So if we were attempting due diligence or due amount of time we need to spend under this channel or this sloping resistance, if we were attempting this back here, we would have clearly said we are a bit early, because 151 days based on history, we spend a more amount of time below. So that gives us a clearer vision that our timing is rhyming with history, and history tells us we have at least a 200% move based on history to the upside after breaking a year plus long resistance, or a year long resistance. We had a 1000 move, and now we only have how much? 20% or at peak, and we are stumbled upon this. So we are retesting on the Fibonacci retracement on the weekly. That is all good, and this has higher probability with all our oscillators, showing us the momentum is shifting from lower to higher or trending to the upside. So this is macro. We're discussing macro. Alongside with this, we go to the total 2, and we're gonna see as well, total 2 is the total market cap of the crypto of cryptocurrency without Bitcoin. So technically this is all altcoins. Okay, so in the total market cap we have the same thing. Let's give a monthly look and check again. Again, same thing, curving to the upside, approaching a cross around this area. Momentum oscillators with the stochastic RSI just had the curve and pushing still below the 0.5, and we have room to go to the upside. The RSI is still below 50, so technically this level would be favorable to hit and then at least retest and then try to flip. So we still have room, or definitely more room to the upside than the downside. And if we go to the monthly overview, you can see the same formation. On the alts, we had a move here once we broke up of 150% on the first attempt or first run, and on the second run we have something peculiar, which we jumped up, and those two candles were, let me turn on magnet. So those two candles were a 100% move. So this, don't let this candle fool you. So this was like in 1 month, we had a 100% move to the upside in the alts cap, and then a strong rejection going and retesting this. Okay, so we did retest this sloping trend line, we confirmed, and on the weekly I'll show you how did we perfectly retest this, because on the monthly you see a wick and then push up. So we did retest it perfectly on the weekly, and again moved from the retest here to the high of 2,857% move to the upside. So how much did we do now after breaking this trend line? Well, currently we did a shy, let's see here, we did a shy 9%. So definitely not a target of a breakout. So what are we seeing here is a breakout and retest. So let's deep dive into the weekly so we can check exactly how what I am talking about. First of all, on the weekly, as I told you earlier, this here, see how beautifully it retested. So came back, broke here, came back and retested here. Both weekly candles closed above this sloping trend line. And here currently what we're having is something similar without the massive shootout. So we broke out here, came back, retested, and look how beautiful this is. So this was acting as resistance, right? And broke here, came back up, came all the way back down, retested, closed week above it. Again, closed week above it, doji candle with our first swing high here acting as a resistance and second swing high here acting as a resistance. So guys, if this sticks a little bit to the upside, your alt bags will explode. And currently what are we doing from a technical perspective? We just broke out this multi-month trend line on the alts, came back down and retested. So what do we do upon retesting a bullish cross or a bullish breakout? That's when you enter if you're trading a long position, right? That's when you buy. That's when you enter your position. So based on the technicals here, this would be the optimal buying zone because this proved that what it supported us. Again, let's look from the Fibonacci perspective here. So ever since we had this run to the upside, or this green candle or this pump started to the top of this area, we noticed that yes, we moved all the way to the top, came back and retested the 0.1 to 0.65 Fibonacci, which is the golden zone between 0.5 between 0.5 and 0.65 is where we are at currently. And let me see this wick here. So this wick, even if we take from this lowest wick here a move, that would be also aligning and touching around many occasions at the 0.5. So those two moves are very normal to happen. As we said and always say, we move a first impulsive move to the upside, okay? So that would be the first impulsive move, and then whenever we hit peak, we are tend to come back and retest the zone or the golden zone as we called it, right? So that's exactly what we're doing. And this is coinciding with being on the golden zone and retesting support from this downward sloping trend. So very normal breakout, very positive and very bullish breakout so far on the total 2. So with those being said, total crypto cap and total 2 are looking very bullish. A beautiful breakouts happening, multi-months breakouts, and those implications technical wise have a huge potential to move to the upside. That's why we turn bullish and negate all the FUD, all the negative thoughts, all the things that we hear in or on social media, because we have this slight higher probability which we just added based on macro total cap of alts and Bitcoin or crypto in general of having a positive breakout with our indicators flipping bullish. So don't get carried away, stay away from meme coins and focus on the real deal of your blue chip alts, the ones with utility, productivity, developers working on your networks of alts. Those are the thing. Wherever there is a high development, high work being done, then that would reflect in price action and prosperity of any project. And definitely you need to always stay focused on Bitcoin. So stay positive, stay crypto. That's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and definitely I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.